My name is Callum Millen, and I'm here at the Ale Wagon with Richard Peel and Chris Slow, and they've just come off stage after doing the Monster Dome. How are you guys?
Brilliant! Yeah, great!
Okay, so the show, the only way that I can describe it, and you guys will probably bring me up on this, is that it's what if the Mighty Boosh was influenced by comic books a lot more. Would you agree?
Yeah, that sounds about fair. Yes, there's a heavy Bush influence, a bit of Father Ted as well. You know, I'm partial to the surreal side of comedy.
Do you agree all with that?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, Richard's the kind of mastermind behind all this sort of stuff, so it's coming from him. So he's best to describe it, I think.
With the show, it is very simplistic in one sense that you don't actually talk to the audience. Instead, you've got it all mimed with a pre-record. How did that come about? Why did you decide to do that instead?
Because I hate public speaking, but I really wanted to do a show. So the only way I could see of doing it was to record all the dialogue beforehand in my kitchen on my own, and then I can just be as crazy as I like. And then I've got no choice but to get up on stage and actually go through with the whole damn thing in front of people's judging eyes.
So how did you both come up with the idea?
Well, Richard came up with the idea.
So modest, Chris. Figgins, the characterisation of Figgins, that was a stroke of genius. It's a thing that's evolved over the last sort of 2 years, 10 years. Like in the very early days, I did do a proper play, but the main problem with it was that nobody could hear us speak because I've got a sort of weedy voice. So I decided to make use of PA systems and plug the sound in, and then I started evolving sort of. In the early days I was just making mixtapes with music out my record collection, but I started doing my own synth stuff, and now I've got a sort of totally evolved way of doing soundscapes, performative soundscapes you could call them.
Now, with the actual storyline, it seems like you've taken two storylines and mashed them together. Now, is that just from what's happened with doing Werewolf Island last year, and in October you did Frankenstein 2099, I think it was?
That's right, it was a double bill of Dracula and Frankenstein 2099. Yeah, this year's show, Monster Dome, is a bit more fragmented. There's kind of layers to peel through. So I come on as a character called Richard Peel and sort of explain, but then Chris sort of intervenes in a supernatural way, and then within that, Monster Dome is kind of a miniature play inside that, and then I'll be doing another sort of add-on performance that's totally unrelated, sort of after that.
That is absolutely amazing. Well, I'll let you guys relax, have a drink, and I'll catch up with you later. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Ta.
My name is Callum Millen, and we've got Rob Beckett, who's decided to pop into the studios and see us. How are you today, Rob?
Good, mate. Not too bad. You all right?
I'm pretty good. Gonna just go straight into it and have a look at your past career. You started in 2009, and you ended up winning quite a few awards, including one which has to do with a moose in Australia.
Oh no, that's moose. No, that's it was. I won the Amuse Moose Laugh Off, which is a competition. The finals held in Edinburgh, and because when I won that, the prize was flights to an Australian festival, and then I ended up doing a show in Adelaide. So there wasn't actually a moose in Australia, just how I got there.
So with you doing shows in Australia as well as over here and also up at Edinburgh, what's the differences between the three areas of doing a festival, such as what's the difference between Leicester to Edinburgh and to Australia?
The Australia one was slightly warmer than the Leicester one, and it's absolutely freezing today. I don't know, I think that they're all pretty similar. Like, obviously Australia's a bit different because they don't get certain references. Stuff I was banging on about EastEnders and they didn't know what was going on. But yeah, so just slight differences. But it's the same. It's just people that want to laugh in a room. Basically, that's the normal setup.
You have done quite a few different festivals and won quite a few awards from, but you've also ventured onto TV a bit, including working on Fresh Meat on Channel 4. What was that like, going from just doing gigs to end up being on TV?
It's a bit weird because I've never really done much acting, like at school. I never did drama, nothing like that. But I just went for the audition, and I got it. But it's the first time I'd ever done acting ever. Never mind like for a television program. I've never done any sort of plays or anything like that. And I remember on the set, I was really nervous. I said to like the girls in the scene with me, I said, oh, it's the first time I've ever done this. Like, I'm a bit nervous. And she went, oh, don't worry, it's my first time too. I was like, well, you've never acted before ever? She went, no, I have. Yeah, I've done 4 years at Cardiff University drama. So I was like, well, so you have acted before. This is literally the first time I've ever done it. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it was scary, but it was fun. Enjoyed it.
So definitely something you think every comedian should go into, or I just think it should be something that should be left alone?
No, I think go for it if you want to do it. But yeah, it's just different, isn't it? You know, spread your wings.
So, with you only being on the scene since 2009, but doing absolutely loads of different festivals and gigs, you've probably got a lot of stories from awkward moments when you've done gigs. Have you got any on mind at the moment?
Oh yeah, there was one. I was supporting Russell Kane in Harrow, and it was quite a small venue, and I did my set, but I had to shoot off to go and get my train, but the back door wouldn't open. So in the interval, I had to go out from the stage through the whole audience that had just watched me, and then out, which was a bit weird and awkward. And I'm at the start of my set as well. I do a little look-alike thing, and people I look like a long list. And as I was leaving, everyone was like, "That's that bloke that was on the stage a minute ago," and then it was all really weird, and everyone was like, "Why is he here with a massive coat on?" Then they started giving me a round of applause, and I was like, "Oh, this is nice, like an extra round of applause." And as I was leaving, feeling a bit cocky and confident, this woman went, "Stick Quasimodo on your list of lookalikes," which probably won't work on radio, but if you ever do see me, it was quite a heart-wrenching bit of abuse after being clapped off for a second time.
Now, you do have on your website, in your little area which you've called my face, you've got loads of different pictures, including people which I'm guessing you've been told you look like. So you've said Quasimodo, but there are some bizarre ones on there. Do you want to explain a couple of them?
Yeah, well, basically, like a lot of when I first started doing comedy, I was doing my set and I'd get heckled a lot with different lookalikes of people, and it was sort of disrupting my set. So and a lot of comics go on and just go, know what you're thinking, like Jesus has lost weight or something like that, if it's a really skinny bloke with long hair and a beard. So I thought, I would want to use these like lookalikes, but I don't want to do it in the sort of like cack way. So I created a list of like 30 different ones that are quite good, and I just reel them off one after another. I'm on YouTube, if you search Rob Beckett comedy on YouTube, there's a clip and it's got the whole list, but it's a big long list of names.
That's absolutely amazing. Well, thank you, Rob, and thanks for coming in.
No worries, cheers, mate. Thank you.
Cheers.